told Abraham, your children will be slaves in that place for 400 years. But they were there for 430 years. And I was like, Lord, why did it take them additional 30 years? And then the Lord explained to me that, you see, as much as God is eager to get you out of bondage, until you are ready to come out of bondage, there is nothing God can do. You cannot help a man that is drowning but is not willing to be rescued. Because you see, he was in the 390th year that Moses rose up. But the people were the ones that asked, who made you a priest and a judge over us? So God said, that's fine. You go to the wilderness. It was 40 years later that their cry, the cry had become so loud that God had to come to Moses already in a way that he will attract Moses. And said, I have heard the cry of my people Israel by reason of their bondage. And that's why I've come to you. They were now ready. If Moses had gone ahead with his ministry the former time, 40 years earlier, what he would have met was not just a steep resistance from Pharaoh, he would have met a steep resistance from Israel. So now when they were ready, God was ready. And that's the beauty of faith. When you are ready, God is ready. Now they had cried so hard, heaven couldn't stop. Even though Moses said, I cannot, God said, you will go. These people are ready for deliverance. And then he went. Now you will see all of the things that happened. Firstly, Moses' rod swallowed the rod of the magicians of Egypt. You remember the 10 plagues that God had to make happen. And despite the fact that the king of Egypt was stubborn, there was one major thing that broke the back of the king of Egypt. It was the killing of the firstborn of Egypt. But that's not even our emphasis. Our emphasis is on the blood of the lamb that was put on the lintel of every Israeli house. For you to know that the people of Israel were ready, there was not a single house in unbelief that said, we will not put any blood here. They were ready. Because despite the fact that God was making the exemption for them by the blood, the condition was that every man will have to take a responsibility to kill a lamb for his own household and put it upon the lintel. So it wouldn't matter that you are an Israelite. If you didn't do that as an act of faith, the angel of death will still have visited your house. So you see, faith is critical. They needed to be ready. Everybody was tired of the captivity of Egypt at that point, such that they exhibited faith in the blood. So you see, your salvation is premised on your faith in the blood. It is our faith in the blood of Jesus that was shed on the cross of Calvary that brings about this supernatural birth that we are talking about.